Hi, my name's Starsky and welcome to From the Studio on Clubbing TV. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at this knobby slab of delay goodness. It's the reminder from Enjoy Electronics. At its heart, this is simply a delay unit. I say simply a delay unit. It's something that you actually play. It's a delay unit that you perform with. So you've got all these lovely big knobs on the front panel. And in that intro track, there was just 2 notes playing from the drum machine every 2 bars. And all those lovely textures and things were all created using the reminder. So what do we have on the front here? We've got an LFO, and that's assignable to all sorts of things. We've got a reverb, and then in the center of the panel, we've got this power delay unit, and that's got 2 independent delay lines for the left and the right channels. And then we've got a filter bank as well, and that's got 2 different filters, one for the DPD delays and one for the main delays. And they're both band pass and high pass, so you can do all sorts of weird and beautiful sweeps with it. So let's take a look at each of the sections just separately and just show you the sort of basic functions of it. Let's start off with the delays then. It is a delay unit. We've got these 2 independent delays, a left and a right. They're both set at a quarter beat at the minute. Everything's synced to the clock, and the clock can be internal or external. You've got a MIDI in, a MIDI out, and a MIDI through. You've also got USB you can use for MIDI or for audio. So loads of connectivity there. I've been using it with the KeyStep Pro as an external sequencer, and that's sending a beat of 128 BPM to the reminder. But I've used the DAW, I've used Logic as well, and it works flawlessly. So let's just play something. We can go quarters. Let's put 1 on a quarter, and let's put 1 on a triplet. Let's turn the feedback up. Let's try that with dotted notes. That's what these 2 buttons on the top are for. So it's really easy to get different things happening in the left speaker and the right speaker. Let's put these back on straight quarters now, and you can see we've got this offset knob here. And this offsets the right from the left, so we're doing it by 1/8 at the minute. Or a quarter, so it's 2/8. So straight away you can start getting quite complex things. Let's put 1 on a quarter beat, 1 on a quarter triplet, and let's put this on half a beat difference on 4/8. Instantly starts to sound nice and interesting, doesn't it? Now we've got these DPDs, I keep on mentioning it's a dual pulse or double pulse delay. And if we look in here, we can see we've got these 2 extra little delays. Let's just listen to those on their own. Let's put them both central for now. Push to get the lower one to move. So turning the DPD up and the wet mix down. So now we're just listening to this double pulse. Let's change them up a bit. So that's a completely separate delay to the main delay. Then offsetting it again. And maybe playing with the filter. And that at the heart of it is what the delay section does. But the feedback's quite interesting because it does an infinite loop. So it doesn't go all sort of crazy and mental like something like a space echo where you get all those mad distortions. This will just play that loop over and over and over. And now we can play with the filters. That's the filter for the main delays. Let's turn those down. We've also got a filter for the DPD mix. And both of these go to high pass when you turn them clockwise. And they go into low pass when you turn them counterclockwise. And that gives us loads to play with. We've got resonance that affects them both on the bottom. So you can see the interaction between those 4 delay lines and those 2 different filters gives you loads of scope for playing around with anything really. Let's turn that off and listen to the reverb. We've got a size control, we've got a high pass filter again, and we've got an amount knob. And we can go in and adjust things like the pre-delay in the settings, but not going to get into that here. Then the LFO, and this is really nice as well. We can assign that to all sorts of things, filter frequency, the double pulses, the reverb amount. So let's assign the LFO to the filter frequency. There we go. Adjust the rate. So there's a fair amount in here, but the real fun starts when you start throwing it all together. So let's now try and do something more complex. Okay, we're just listening to the dry mix here. Let's add some delays. It's the left and the right channels. Let's do something a bit more interesting. Quite nice. Let's add some of this DPD mix then. Let's turn the filter up. So now we're listening to 4 delay lines, the left and the right, and the left and the right on the DPD. We'll change those. So everything I do gives us lovely little crunchy changes. Leave it there for now, a little play with it. So clockwise we're getting high pass from the DPD, and clockwise we're getting high pass from the main ones. Go for the low pass. So lots going on there already. Should we add a bit of reverb? There's a little bit in there already. On the high pass filter there, so we can't hear it, it's too sort of high frequency. Bring it in. Nice. So the filters and the reverb. Loads of little tricks you can play here. Let's bring the LFO in. The LFO is on the filter frequency. Let's turn that down. And then turn the LFO up. Nice, let's change the rate, make it a bit faster. So the interaction between those 4 different delay lines, the 2 different filters, the high pass, the low pass, the LFO and the reverb gives you loads of stuff to play with. So I'm going to shut up now and I'm going to put a beat on that and then do a very similar thing with the same sequence. So I think I've covered all the major bits here. What are my final thoughts? This is obviously a really nice hands-on performance effect unit. It's really well built, it feels really nice. It's got these nice glowing LEDs along the side, the wooden panel, it's got these really nice Bakelite style knobs, all put together really well. But that is reflected in its price. It's over £700, so it's not an impulse buy by any means. But I thought it was worth showing it because it really is an interesting bit of kit. And if you do happen to own a venue with a quad system and you need a delay unit, this is the one you should buy. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, don't forget you can catch it whenever you like on our Clubbing TV official YouTube channel on the From the Studio playlist. If you've got any questions, drop in the comments and I'll see what I can do to answer them. And I've also got a much deeper look at this on my Starsky Carr YouTube channel as well, if you are interested in this sort of kit. And I'll see you in the next episode of From the Studio.